Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Bella Francis.
And I'm Rebecca Mills.
Here's what's coming up on the programme today.
Our reporter Darcy Jackson visited the Manchester Central Convention Complex last week as the World Series of Fitness Racing returned to the city.
And I'm here at Hemsley House tonight in Salford, where the people of Greater Manchester will get their chance to ask their questions for the Mayor, Andy Burnham.
And with Valentine's Day on the way, I went out in Manchester to find the best date in the city.
The World Series of Fitness Racing returned to Manchester recently, where athletes complete a series of running and functional workout stations in the ultimate test of endurance. Our reporter Darcy Jackson has more.
It's one of the toughest and most challenging fitness races in the world, and it's made its return to Manchester.
Nice and steady now, Jen, nice and steady.
At its core, High Rocks is a fitness race, taking both running and functional workouts and combining them to create a sport for everybody. With over 40 global races and over 90,000 athletes in 2023 alone, High Rocks is the ultimate test of strength and endurance. This time, the race headed to Manchester's Central Convention Complex in Deansgate.
Like I say, it's inclusive to everyone. You don't really know where you finish until at the very end. How many people go at the same time? You haven't really got to put that on it. So it's just a bit of fun, really. Anyone can join. All shape, sizes, all ages. So yeah, just a bit of fun.
The race is comprised of a 1 kilometre run followed by one functional workout station, which is repeated 8 times. Athletes complete stations such as the ski erg, burpee broad jumps and sandbag lunges, meaning it's a non-stop push to the finish line.
So I train at Sugar Training and we do high rock sessions, so they're pretty intense and they get you prepared for the event and they're really good, they're good, great social, and you can achieve something that you didn't think you were able to. I'm doing the high rock pro doubles, so I'm hoping for around 115, so fingers crossed.
High Rocks is split into 4 different categories: Open, Pro, Doubles and Relay, meaning there's a race for everyone to take part in. It attracts people from all over the globe, including athletes such as fitness influencer Jade Skillen. Some people also take on the race for charity, but many are just after a challenge and a goal to work towards.
I feel like the discipline and the habit building of showing up every day, doing the sessions, is something really good to do. The mental challenge and how you can test yourself. Obviously, you have to have a plan in place before you come here.
And what would you say the hardest bit of the race is?
The run-on.
It's the last bit, the real war. That's like the tough bit at the end. You know you don't cry there, but it's tough.
I think it's quite hard. I'd say the running, it's mainly running into, so I'll say the runs are probably the hardest part of them all.
Like when you come off the sleds, when your legs are compromised, and after the lunges and the burpees, they said that the running for me personally was the hardest. I've been in the stations, but when your legs are really tired, that's definitely the hardest.
Whether by yourself or with friends, are you ready to take on a High Rocks race? Darcy Jackson, Quays News, Manchester.
Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has recently come under fire for a remark made in the wake of transgender teenager Brianna Ghey's murder. Sunak accused Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer of having difficulty defining a woman in the House of Commons yesterday, as Brianna's mother, Esther Ghey, was in attendance. Brianna's father, Peter Spooner, spoke out straight away, demanding an apology from the Prime Minister. Since then, Sunak has refused to apologise and said it was sad and wrong to link his jibe about transgender people to the murdered teenager's case.
Andy Burnham is set to hold a question and answer event later on in Salford. This is the second Q&A event taking place from the Greater Manchester Mayor this month, in a bid to get policy suggestions and feedback from constituents. Tonight in Helmsley Hall is Salford's turn, where our reporter Max Hayes is live.
Yeah, good afternoon, Bella and Rebecca, here at Hemsley House in Salford today, where tonight an event takes place for Andy Burnham. It's a question and answer style event. It's a chance for the residents of Salford and Greater Manchester to put their questions towards the Mayor. So much to discuss in this political climate. There is lots going on as well, but many people here in Salford will ask questions tonight on very key issues such as bus routes, tram routes, potholes, the cost of living. There is numerous things that will be put to Andy Burnham. But lots of people I've been speaking to today, it's very interesting. I caught up with one resident earlier and she told me that the bus routes were a disgrace and wanted to put that question forward to Andy Burnham. Andy Burnham's doing an event in Salford tonight where people can ask him questions. If you could ask him a question, what would it be?
Why did he mess about with the buses? Because he's made them dreadful. They were running perfect and then he got his hands on them and now they've gone to pot.
So do you want to see the old bus system back in place? Because he took control of obviously the transport for Greater Manchester just a few weeks ago.
Yes, I mean, I'm not saying I want the old system back, but he needs to improve the one that we've got and make it better and get rid of all the old buses. I live on an estate and there's lots of old people there and they need the bus and they always send the worst buses to us that always break down. So if there's a bus missing, it'll be the one on the estate. And there's loads of old people that can't get out shopping then because they can't walk.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Well, Max, that point about the buses is really important, but what kind of other key points can we expect to be discussed at tonight's event?
Yeah, well, lots of the key points discussed. We've actually been told here at Quays News today that many points will be discussed from the likes of affordable social housing. That's a huge crisis here in Salford at the moment, so Andy Burnham is bound to speak about that, as well as the cost of living crisis, which affects many of us, as well as free buses as well. We've seen that 18-year-olds, there's recently been a system introduced for an hour free bus pass for those that are travelling to university, college, school, but now that could possibly be introduced between 11 and 16-year-olds. There's the same with Andy Burnham's stance on Gaza. Of course, the Labour Party, that's dominated them in recent months, and Keir Starmer. So Andy Burnham will most likely be asked on his stance about the Gaza and the Israel conflict, which is ongoing. There is so much to discuss. And also, anybody can attend this event. This is open to anyone. Tickets are free. You can even still go now. You just have to register online. It starts at 7:30 tonight. Lots of people asking Andy Burnham questions. And one question I've got to ask him is, when will it ever stop raining?
Thank you, Max. In sports, reigning Formula One world champions Red Bull Racing have hired an external barrister to question team principal Christian Horner following allegations of inappropriate controlling behaviour. Horner has been with the team since its inception in 2005. His wife, Spice Girls star Geri Halliwell, has refused to comment on the situation, while Horner denies the charges. He is suspected to be questioned on Friday.
With Chinese New Year beginning this weekend, our reporter Amethyst Oates went to Chinatown to give us more details on this annual celebration.
We're in Chinatown in Manchester. In a few days' time, there are going to be many celebrations for the start of Chinese New Year. Lunar New Year is a 15-day event that happens annually, and this year is the Year of the Dragon. People born in the Year of the Dragon are said to be ambitious, confident and charismatic. The dragon also represents good luck and wisdom. Some of the events going on in Manchester are a lion dance, Chinese music and workshops including bracelet making and calligraphy. And of course the annual Dragon Parade is returning. Other celebrations in Greater Manchester included a community gathering in Salford's Buell Hill Park where prawn crackers and fortune cookies were served. A model dragon was created by Freddie, a volunteer from Hong Kong.
We have Amethyst here in the studio to give us some more information.
Chinese New Year has been celebrated in China for thousands of years. Traditionally, celebrations are highly influenced by themes of reunion and hope. Here in Greater Manchester, the streets have been filled with red lanterns in preparation for Chinese New Year. The celebrations start this weekend and include a range of events including the annual Dragon Parade, which will start at Oxford Road at 12:40 p.m. and end in Chinatown at 1:40 p.m. The parade will include the 175-foot dragon and will be accompanied by traditional lion and ribbon dancers, the 12 zodiac animal characters, as well as singers, violinists and choir performances.
Thank you, Amethyst. Manchester's largest open art exhibition, the Manchester Open, is back. The exhibition, which features work from over 480 artists, opened on the 2nd of February and will close on the 28th of April. It returns every 2 years and has been running since January 2020. You can catch it now at the Home Gallery in Manchester City Centre.
A date has been set for the reopening of the historic mansion in Salford. Our reporter Mikolai Machkowiak is there to tell us more.
I'm here at Bewley Hill Park, where this Grade 2 listed mansion behind me has been closed for more than 20 years, and a date by the council has been set for its reopening to be December the 20th. And by spring 2025, you'll be able to book your weddings here in this beautiful venue. This ongoing restoration project here is set to cost more than £7 million. It's been closed since the year 2000 after the closure of Lancashire's Mining Museum, which was here. And since the council have said it's been left in a state of dereliction. Some of the proposal plans include relocating the council's registry service here, opening a cafe and creating function and meeting rooms for the community. This building was originally built between 1825 and 27 for Thomas Porter, Manchester's first mayor, and during World War I and II it was used for military purposes. It's clear that this building here has so much heritage for those who live here, and it's exciting to see the change and what can bring in the future.
Valentine's Day is only 6 days away, and many of us are still struggling to figure out what to do. So I went into Manchester to get some Valentine's Day inspiration. Love is firmly in the air with Valentine's Day fast approaching. But for those of us with a special someone, trying to plan a perfect day can be a near impossible task. I'm going to try and make that task a little bit easier. So today, I'm talking to the people of Manchester in a quest to find the best date in the city. Let's go.
Okay, is it a first date?
Ooh. Let's say, yeah, first date.
I think a farm shop / cafe is the nicest place because it's not like cliche.
I would say a paint and sip. So I think maybe if it's like a first date, I think it's personally quite nice to have a little drink, you know, loosen it up a little bit.
What has been the best date you've been on?
Probably a farm shop. No, I don't really know.
Just one of your favourite pubs. You choose your favourite pub and they choose their favourite pub. And that way you get to sort of know about someone because of their favourite that they've chosen.
I personally like do some more physical activities, so maybe going for a bouldering.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified that.
I'm a very city girl, so I think just going around having a shop. I quite like athletics.
Me and my partner actually go to see Shrek the musical on Valentine's Day, which is a very late birthday present that I need to buy him in July. I'm clutching at straws a bit, but we're doing something.
If you want to have an escape thing, if it's a first date, we went to the Art of Tea in Didsbury because if he was a dud, at least I could drive home quite quickly.
No, that's one of there. You got shoyu, say Japanese ramen bar. Yeah, really, really good. I go from Tom Tots.
Good drinks. It's really nice place.
Yeah, good atmosphere.
Are you guys a couple, by the way? We are, yeah. How did you get together if I wouldn't mind? Flat cest.
Do you know what? It's really sad, but I love what escape rooms. I'm all about escape rooms.
Those are really good answers. Just wondering now, what are you doing for Valentine's Day this year?
Well, I'm now a fiance. Those first dates worked out really well. And actually, my partner's mum's birthday's on Valentine's Day. So we actually don't do anything for Valentine's Day because we celebrate her birthday.
Oh my God, for the date expert herself. Not getting a date. So that's what Manchester had to say. What are you doing on Valentine's Day? So, Becca, what are you doing for Valentine's Day then?
Oh, well, Bella, I am organising a meal with my boyfriend for Valentine's Day. I'm thinking ZZ's around Manchester, you know, and then maybe exploring the city centre a bit, seeing what's there, what's to offer.
You know what, that's better than some of the date ideas I heard on that. I think my personal favourite was the farm shop. Just getting walked around buying jars of jam to get to know someone a bit better.
So what about your plans, Bella?
I can't lie, Becca. I think I've given up on Valentine's Day this year, to be honest with you. But as my fabulous co-host for this week, I just wanted to ask you if you would accept this special Valentine's Day flower and possibly be my galentine's.
Oh, Bella, I would be honoured.
My year has been made, Becca.
I'm so glad.
You've heard it here first, lads, on Quays News. All you need this February 14th is good friends and fake flowers. And unfortunately, that is all we have time for this week on Quays News.
Join us next week for another action-packed show.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.